Okay, folks, now I've never watched Bel-Air outside of the first season, so I'm not really an expert on the show itself. But given that the show did release its final season recently, a lot of people have been talking about. Um, Look, I would say spoiler alert, but you saw the title of this video. You know what I'm talking about. Will Smith made a cameo in the final scene talking to, I believe, his younger self is what they're trying to portray here, where Will is looking in the horizon, and he's looking at the city, and then I guess his older self pops up to give some life advice. I've seen mixed reactions to it. Some feel like, this is just shoehorned in, and other people feel like, this didn't feel like a Will Smith talking to his younger self. It just felt like Will Smith, not, Will Smith not appearing as older Will Smith from the OG Fresh Prince. It felt like Will Smith in real life popping in to, pour his heart out based off the events of the past few years with him from Red Table to the Oscar slap and this, that, and the third. I thought it was good. Like I said, I don't have an emotional attachment to this show like I do the original series, but I do feel like it's a moment that I think a lot of us wish we could have, where we go back 20, 25 years, give our younger selves some advice, or let's just say, you go back and give your teenage self, or maybe someone, give yourself in the early 20s life advice. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I chuckled about the cheesesteak and cholesterol comment, but just saying, we're gonna be all right, that just hits hard. When you're at a point in life where you're at a crossroads, you're about to make a major decision, like, do I go to this college? Do I move to this state? Do I get this job? Do I get married to this person? Am I ready to be a parent? And then getting that vote of confidence from an older you. Man, like I said, I wish I had an attachment to this show to say this scene brought things full circle. I just don't have the ability to do that. And I wish I could play the clip as well, but I'm not too knowledgeable on Peacock and their copyright system, but something tells me it's not worth the risk. But yeah, I'd say just go find the clip. It's online. You can find it. Just go to like Twitter or something, type in Will Smith Bel-Air cameo, and it should be up there. But yeah, did you feel like this cameo was genuine? Did you feel like it was a good way to kind of wrap up the series? Or did you feel like, yet again, it was Will Smith just kind of addressing things that happened in his real life? Because I know that 2025 hasn't been the best year for him, from like the flop of an album to the quote unquote cringy freestyles he did a few months ago. I don't know, but I'll always remember the Will Smith from the pre-Red Table Talk era, basically from like 2020 onward, like the pre-Red Table Talk Will Smith. But I don't know. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next video.